WWE have teased a Bray Wyatt return, and could MJF become AEW World Champion tonight? But first, Tony Khan has a trick up his sleeve ahead of AEW Grand Slam. Tonight, AEW will host the Grand Slam television tapings, with the company set to hold 4 hours of wrestling from the Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, New York. Grand Slam will see 2 hours of live Dynamite on TBS, as well as an extended 2-hour episode of Rampage being taped to air on Friday night on TNT. Appearing on Busted Open Radio this morning to hype up the event, AEW President Tony Khan would discuss the potential surprises for the show, stating that he has a trick up his sleeve, something he has teased in other interviews in recent days. Tony would add that tonight's 4 hours of Dynamite and Rampage combined is the closest thing to a pay-per-view on TV we're going to get, doubling down on remarks that he made earlier in the week about it being the most stacked 4 hours that we'll see on television. It's unclear what the surprises may be, with it perhaps being a big return or debut, or maybe even a shock title change, something we'll discuss a little later on in the video. Either way, Khan is insistent that the show will live up to the hype, with the pressure now on for AEW to deliver. What do you think Tony Khan has up his sleeve ahead of Grand Slam? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, WWE have stripped a champion of their title belt. Last week's episode of NXT would see a brand new North American champion crowned, with Solo Sikoa, the newest member of the Bloodline, defeating Carmelo Hayes for the belt. Well, last night Sikoa would be stripped of his new title just 7 days into his reign, with him being told that he was never meant to be in the match, with it being Wes Lee that won the fan vote to have the right to challenge Carmelo. Shawn Michaels would then declare the title as vacant, forcing Solo to forfeit the gold. Solo would then take to Twitter to address the situation, claiming that he has his eye on more championships going forward, hinting at a potential main roster title run, and he would say, "I made the North American title more valuable in a week than any title reign in WWE NXT. Brought it to SmackDown with me and defended it. Keep in mind, I never lost it. There is always more gold out there, and I got my eyes set on it already." With the whole point of Sikoa winning the belt being to ensure that every family member of the Bloodline had a title, it seems WWE have had a change of heart, at least for now, although perhaps we could see him go for the Intercontinental or United States Championship at some point in the near future, adding to Roman Reigns' undisputed Universal title and the Usos' unified tag team title belts. As for the NXT North American title, a ladder match has now been announced for the upcoming Halloween Havoc special, with 5 men set to compete for the gold. So far, former champion Carmelo Hayes has been added to the match, as well as number 1 contender Wes Lee, with Oro Mensah defeating Grayson Waller last night to fill the 3rd spot. But which championship do you think Solo Sikoa could go for next, and who leaves Halloween Havoc as the NXT North American champion? Let me know in the comments down below. And next, there's been a breakthrough in the Velveteen Dream legal trial. Earlier this month, details emerged via TMZ regarding the August 20th arrest of Patrick Clark, better known as Velveteen Dream in WWE, with him said to have gotten into an altercation at Club Orlando when Clark was asked to exit an area of the gym that was set to be cleaned. The report notes that Clark became irate and argumentative towards an employee before being ordered to leave the facility, with him instead threatening to kill the employee. This is said to have sparked a physical fight, with Clark allegedly biting the man on the chest before being arrested after authorities found teeth marks. According to court records obtained by PW Insider, the battery and trespassing on a property case against Clark has now been scrapped, with the website noting, "Court records indicate that the case revolving around former WWE NXT star Patrick Clark arrest on August 20th, which landed him charges of battery and trespassing on a property, has been closed. A scheduled hearing on September 28th has been listed as cancelled. Court records indicate that prosecutors believe they did not have enough to go forward with a case against Clark and likely get a conviction, therefore the case was not suitable for prosecution." Clark had pleaded not guilty to the August charges before he was incarcerated until September 13th. Dream has been a free agent in wrestling since his May 2021 release, and he's been involved in numerous controversies over recent years, although one of those appears to be in his rearview mirror. And next up, WWE have teased a Bray Wyatt return. Over the past few days, WWE have hinted at the arrival of the White Rabbit, with all signs pointing towards the return of Bray Wyatt. The teasers would begin during Friday's episode of SmackDown, where during the commercial break, the song White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane would play to the crowd in attendance, with the same happening at live events over the weekend, before the same happened again during Monday Night Raw, this time with the lights turning red, reminiscent of The Fiend. On top of this, the concept artist for The Fiend would post a design on Twitter for a White Rabbit, with WWE placing a QR code backstage during Monday's episode of Raw, which led to a White Rabbit video asking who killed the world before saying "you did," ending with a date and time suggesting a reveal will happen on September 23rd at 9:23 p.m. This all whilst using the font used in the Bray Wyatt Find Me, Seducer, Accuser, Destroyer t-shirt some years back. In addition, since yesterday's video, I've noticed that one of the X's at the bottom of the Hangman style game is the same as the purple X on one of Finn Balor's t-shirts, perhaps a sign that Wyatt is Judgment Day bound. The rabbit would also incorrectly guess a few letters in the video, spelling the word demon in the process. Perhaps with the White Rabbit set to link up with Finn Balor's demon, who knows. With that said, WWE have added even more fuel to the Bray Wyatt rumor fire, this through the release of the match graphic for the upcoming Extreme Rules pay-per-view. So far, 2 matches have been announced, first with Liv Morgan set to defend the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey, with Seth Rollins also set to take on Matt Riddle in a Fight Pit match. Now let's play a quick game of Spot the Difference to see if you can spot the clue yourself, as here is the match graphic for the Liv Morgan Ronda Rousey match, and here is the match graphic for Seth Rollins versus Matt Riddle, and did you catch it? Let's try one more time. Here are both graphics side by side, and I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For those that missed it, on the Riddle Rollins graphic, you can spot a lantern in the top left corner with some fireflies underneath, whereas on the Liv Ronda graphic, this isn't there. Of course, Bray Wyatt would carry a lantern to the ring during his run as the Eater of Worlds in WWE, before The Fiend started carrying an effigy of his own head to the ring. Wyatt would also refer to his fans as the Fireflies. This is no doubt a deliberate tease from WWE, and anything less than a Bray Wyatt return in the coming weeks will no doubt be a disappointment. And although his return or debut in another promotion has been rumoured in the past, I think this is the most concrete stack of evidence we've had to date. It looks like we may know Bray Wyatt's intentions upon his return too, with him likely targeting one of either Seth Rollins or Matt Riddle. In regard to the internal feeling within WWE, Fightful Select have backed up a recent report from WrestleVotes, who yesterday noted that a source within the company feels that the White Rabbit teasers are leading to a Wyatt return, although information is being withheld from everybody. Fightful would add to this by saying the almost unanimous reaction within WWE is that it is related to Bray Wyatt. Whilst Karrion Kross has been linked with the teasers due to him working in Lucha Underground as the White Rabbit, as well as the Hourglass iconography, WWE staff members don't think the company, specifically the new creative regime, would implement these teasers for somebody who's been back for almost 2 months. Another top star on the roster told Fightful that paying off a tease like this is something integral in setting the tone for shows moving forward. What do you make of the most recent developments in the White Rabbit saga? Let me know in the comments down below. And next, could MJF become AEW World Champion tonight? Just over 2 weeks ago at the AEW All Out pay-per-view, MJF would return as the Mystery Joker in the Casino Ladder match, winning the world title #1 Contenders poker chip, with him earning a shot for the belt anytime he chooses. In the build-up to tonight's Dynamite Grand Slam, which is headlined by the Tournament of Champions final between Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson for the AEW World Championship, fans are wondering who will leave as champion. With MJF lurking in the shadows with his title opportunity, many are theorizing if he could spoil the party, cashing in his chip in his homeland of Long Island, New York. While appearing on the Wrestling Podcast with Brandon Walker, AEW President Tony Khan would be asked if that was a possibility, with him noting how MJF makes the title picture that bit more interesting, and he would say, "I think anytime, any sanctioned event, we could certainly make it happen. In this day and age, it's a world that's certainly with live television and pay-per-view events, all of these opportunities, it's exciting exciting to have a contender out there looming, and to have this big championship match tonight on Dynamite, it's certainly more interesting to have two of the best wrestlers in the world, Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley, one-on-one for the World Championship, and to have a great wrestler like MJF looming in the background as a top contender with the right to challenge for the title at any time. It's a very interesting championship picture right now in AEW. Later in the interview, Khan was asked about the possibility of MJF ending Dynamite tonight as champion, something he revealed was a possibility, and he would add, "I mean, I can't control what happens there. I think we'll have to see what happens at the end of the show, but it's going to be a great world title fight." Certainly, it's a very interesting situation to follow. A looming challenger out there after the great Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley World Championship match on Dynamite. Tony would then be asked if he was prepared for a reality where MJF is world champion, this after harsh words the Salt of the Earth had for him back in June, with him responding, "I am prepared to have anybody that the fans want to see as a top wrestler in AEW as world champion, no matter who it is. If it's somebody that the fans want to see wrestle here, that's what matters. AEW was created for the fans, and that's who we wrestle for every week. That's why we have these shows." It's unclear if MJF will leave Grand Slam as the AEW World Champion, but going by our recent poll on the community page, you lot seem to agree with me that it's going to happen. With that said, it's unknown if it will happen during the match, turning it into a freeway to avoid yet another short world title run, or if Max will wait until after the bout is over before taking his shot. With that said, it may not even happen at all, but it's certainly a possibility based on interviews with MJF and Tony Khan over recent days. But do you think MJF will leave Grand Slam as the AEW World Champion, and how will he do it? Let me know in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 masked AEW wrestlers unmasked.